yeah, alright. Are you going to be in my dreams tonight? This is the end, number 3 of 6. And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. It's all a Beatles reference, innit? The end off of Abbey Road. This is issue 3 of this mini-series that is canon, conclusively proved by me, and I love this cover image. Mr. Doom, he has done shot the bad guy, he has shot Fat Oreo, but he did not shoot his deputy. He does shoot someone else though. Love this cover, fantastic. I mean, in the other videos I have done on this series, which are quite numerous by this point, I have singled out every time that the stuff with Mr. Doom is excellent. In this, we have 3 plot lines going on at once. Thanos and the Defenders. We have Mr. Doom as seen on the cover. And then in the final corner, we have Thor. And like last issue, we focus on 2 of these plots. And the third one is relegated to a single scene. The main story for the series, rather, is Thanos and the Defenders. Our Defenders roster is the original 4, Hulk, Silver Surfman, Seaman, and Doctor Strange, but now also with Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell. Great lineup for the team, and it is such a little tweak, but it breathes all sorts of new life into a Defenders team I repeatedly call tired. The other plot we are spending time with is obviously Mr. Doom. He is using his infamous time platform to journey backwards in time to ancient Egypt to assassinate the villain before he had his powers. And I realise now I have not explained the plot yet, so here are 2 pages which are good for that. There is a big cosmic bad guy who was once an Egyptian Oreo. The big head floating in the background. Not George Bush. Same shit, different day. Am I right, folks? Not at all. Fat Oreo is conquering Earth, and most of the Marvel heroes have been taken off the game board already. And here is a quick single panel subplot we never expand on. And so it is up to unlikely allies like the Defenders and Thanos to stop Fat Oreo. And here is one of my favourite subtle little character subplots we have. Silver Surfman tells the others that he doesn't trust Thanos and that they cannot depend on him because his goals will eventually be at odds with theirs. But Doctor Strange and Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, they are more open to the idea of working with Thanos because they both recently had done so. And then Thanos overhears them talking, and he is like, yeah, I probably will betray you. So what? I love this little bit though, and we get more on it later. Meanwhile, Seaman and Hulk, they prove to be totally unsuited for this quest because they keep fighting each other. Again, cleverly setting up something to come up later on. Mr. Doom, he travels back in time with a nice visual sequence on this page. And he shoots a random guard, maybe a deputy. He says that it is always good to test out your weapons before the main assassination mission. Doctor Strange, he takes Silver Surfman aside and confesses that he agrees with him about Thanos, and that the moment Thanos seems ready to betray them, that is when Silver Surfman is going to have to spring into action and deal with them. Now here is our big scene with Mr. Doom. He is in the past and he is readying himself to execute Fat Oreo. And there is another facet of his plan where he believes if he gets rid of Fat Oreo, then he can take his place and become the recipient to all of Fat Oreo's powers. Unfortunately, the present day Fat Oreo, he is aware of Doom's plan, and so he has also came back to the past to stop him and confront him. Thanos, he has managed to locate this big vessel which houses the wellspring of Fat Oreo's powers. Fat Oreo is empowered by a fount of energy called the Source. The Source is a vast cosmic energy from which all life in the universe sprung from. Some benevolent aliens discovered the Source centuries or millennia ago, and Thanos and the Defenders board their ship. Cut to our other plot, 4. After only narrowly escaping from Fat Oreo themselves, Thor and Liam Neeson, they have wound up in the audience of eternity and affinity. The Godlands, they plead with these abstract forces to interfere and help stop Fat Oreo. But as expected, they say that there is nothing that they can do. Back on board the ship, here is one of them aliens that discovered the Source. And on this next page, here is the Source itself. Oh, ready yourself, Silver Surfman. The moment of betrayal is at hand. But then Hulk, he starts smashing shit. And he gives away their presence on board the ship. And we end with the heroes and Thanos having to face down one of the big energy aliens because Hulk was a terrible choice to take on an infiltrate a spaceship mission. It's wonderful, really. I confess every time I feel a lot of nostalgia towards this, but I think the legitimate highs of this series make up for what I consider some lows. That little betrayal subplot thing, for example, I think that is great. Jim Starman, he never puts it front and centre. It's just something bubbling in the background. Nice bit of continuity with the fact Captain Marbles, the real one, genis-vell, he has only ever faced Thanos as an ally. The Mr. Doom stuff is great too. I really recommend this. It is a Thanos story at the end of the day, but there is enough other characters, and the Thanos story ends up being the best Thanos story, so that's alright too. 7 thumbs up. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she changes from day to day. I want to tell her that I love her a lot, but I gotta get a belly full of wine. Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine. Oh yeah, someday I'm gonna make her mine.